Shalom, my little friends. Okay, emotions and memory, psychologist's world. How do your emotions affect your ability to remember information and recall past memories? And then there was another. Emotions make the memory last. Ever wonder why some memories can stay vivid for years while others fade with time? The answer is emotion. Now, this is very interesting because emotions and memory and this emotion, you know, let's see. Let's go over here. In the Sephiroth tree, there is this thing called Dat. It is the third and last conscience power of intellect and creation. Generally, Dat is only enumerated among the Sephiroth when Keter is not. This is due to the fact that Dat represents the reflection of the inner dimension of Keter itself within the realm of consciousness, as described above. Hence, Dat appears in the configuration of the Sephiroth along the middle axis directly beneath Keter and corresponds to the cerebellum posterior brain. That is associated in the soul with the powers of memory and concentration, powers which rely upon one's recognition and sensitivity to the potential meaningfulness of those ideas generated in consciousness through the powers of those two. This sensitivity itself derives from Dat's connection to the superconscious origin of the soul. See, there's so much to do with it. Okay. In general, Dat operates on two levels. The higher level, referred to as Dat Elon, higher knowledge, or Dat Henelam, the hidden knowledge, serves to secure the continuous bond between the two higher powers of intellect, these two. The lower level, referred to as lower knowledge, and or the other one, extending knowledge, serves to connect the intellect as a whole with the realm of emotion, thereby enhancing one's determination and resolve to act in accordance with the essential truths that one has integrated into consciousness. Of this level of Dat, it is said, the rooms are filled with Dat. The rooms are the chambers of the heart, the emotions of the soul, is alluded to by the word Chadar, room, which is an acronym for all these, the three primary emotions of the soul. The inner consciousness of Dat fills these rooms and enlivens them as does the soul to the body. In the Zohar, this level of Dat is referred to as the key that includes 6. The key of Dat opens all 6 chambers, attributes of the heart, and fills them with life force. Each of these 6 chambers, when filled with Dat, is referred to as particular whatever attitude from the root of Dat of the soul. And then it tells you all the gematria. Okay. Now, powers of prophecy derived from the Sephiroth of Nutshets and Hud on the 4th day, the sun and the moon. Okay. Nutshets and Hud are the 2 testicles, the 2 kidneys. Let's go down there and read on that one about the 2 testicles, the 2 kidneys. I'll be down here. Let's see. The 10 Sephiroth, the Sephiroth tree. The 10 Sephiroth divided into 2 categories, intellect and emotion. The category of intellect includes the 3 intellectual powers, these 3. That's one of them, which are an acronym for the word Chabad. The emotive powers are represented by the 7 channels, these 7. They are also referred to as the 3 mothers and the 7 doubles. The first 3 are viewed as mothers because they are the source and the root of the other 7, just as mother is the source of her offspring. The 7 emotions are called doubles because they manifest themselves in a twofold manner, as shall be explained. Now, let's stop right there. The kidneys, which we will get to that. Actually, you know what? We're not even going to read the rest of that. Let's just go up here and show you what the kidneys are to them. Where is that teaching? Nope, not way down there. See, the kidneys are the sex organs. Is that right? Victory, right foot, right kidney, right testicle. They're the 2 testicles as well. let's see, for example, the Sephirot Neshet and Hud and Yesod correlate with the human reproductive system, including the kidneys. The top triad of the Sephirot is, in a sense, the mind of God, their false God. Hud and Yesod are right leg, left leg, and sex organ, the two testicles. In this respect, Neshet and Hud are referred to in Kabbalah's term as the kidneys that advise and are the two testicles. Let's see. Okay, so we just read all that. So, and this is just more information on the kidneys and whatnot. And I haven't got much into an understanding of memory and emotions, but I know that they talk about it in here somewhere. Unlike most ancient literature, however, the kidneys receive special attention in the Bible as the seat of consciousness, emotion, desire, and wisdom. And in the last one, we talked about it, that it's interesting, this artificial intelligence, it's all about emotion. They want to know about human emotion. And then my friend the other day, she was watching television, and I really think that the Light God Sea Warriors got something going on with the whole Obama thing. At first I was kind of leery about it, but now I'm just wondering, because she was watching TV. She was just watching the news, and Michelle Obama is doing some things somewhere, and she said something funny that my friend caught on to. She said, we're just trying to learn more of the human nature. Wow, and she's like, why would Michelle Obama say, that? Ain't she human? So, just interesting. There are things that are happening. They're trying to learn about human emotion, human feelings, human ways. They know, they're throwing sex in our faces. Sexual desires cause you to have different emotion. It stirs your emotions, and then in your emotions have you move, steps. It has you move a different direction. It can cause you to make decisions that are not of Yahuwah the Lord, because you're following the wrong emotion. Remember, our Father in Isaiah, he has faithful emotions, faithful reigns, right? Okay. And it's just interesting, in Revelation chapter 2, the church of Thyatira, it's interesting that he brings up their emotions in the heart, and he talks about them who have not known the depths of Satan. These depths of Satan are these mystic religions, what these Kabbalist Freemasons have found to do. Let's see, there was a few things. I guess not. Okay. So, one more thing as we, before I clear off. I've been talking a lot, not I, but Yahushua Jesus through me, about the silver iodide and potassium iodide and what they are filling the clouds with. That's what they're filling the clouds with. And also that these inkjet printers are filling the clouds with silver iodide and potassium iodide. Now, I noticed in here, wait a minute, before we go to that, I noticed in here that I had clicked a screenshot of them talking about them making kidneys, and I don't remember them making the kidneys. I thought that was one that wasn't able to be made yet, so maybe I'm wrong. I don't see it. Isn't it? No. But from what I've seen, they had made the kidneys, and it was in 2012 at that. Spark. I went through those. Well, if I can't find it, that's alright. There it is. 2012. It says that they actually, University of North Carolina bioengineers are printing kidneys. So I could be completely wrong. It says right here in two different reports that they were printing kidneys in 2012. But it's interesting. In 2012, they supposedly found the Higgs boson, and here we are, the same year. They've printed this kidney, which was an absolute hard thing to do. But Richie from Boston, okay, he has come up with something very interesting. On here, we've been talking about the Weaver, the false god, that the Weaver, she weaves all mankind, humanity, everything. Okay, the false god that weaves. All right, and we've been talking about, something to do with this printing. This printing, this ink that they use, and how it's very strange that they're using this ink, the same stuff in the clouds that they're using to print these live, false, artificial body parts. Well, Richie from Boston said that he feels, and he found a clip of them. There was one that was a dragon that was flying around a stadium, and these people were seeing this happen. But it wasn't real. It was just flying around, and it was video recorded. But the people that were there were seeing this happen, but it wasn't real. And so I took a picture. He had done some Googling on solar radiation management, and I looked at the pictures, and I took a picture, and I noticed, down here, kind of looks like, I was like, man, that kind of looks like the way a camera does things. And where was the other one? This one. Look how they done this, with the hands. They use the hands it's holding the mirror and reflecting or deflecting, however you say this stuff. The light, okay? Well, if you look at the pictures of how an image, a video image is taken, and how the image is you see the subject, and it's right side up, and then it goes through the lens, and somehow it's upside down, but we see it right side up. It's very peculiar how this is made, done. And so I'm thinking that Richie from Boston is on to something. Praise Yahushua Jesus. Because there is no coincidence. He's finding, pieces of web-like stuff coming from these chemtrails. He traveled all over, the coast. I can't remember what side of the coast. I mean, he went through Louisiana and then whatnot. So yeah, he found all this stuff, and then Jesus led him to this video of this false dragon that was flying around, but everybody was seeing this. They are going to stage exactly what they're doing with the clouds is exactly what cameras do with the eye, how a camera works. It's exactly what's going on. The exact thing that they're doing to the clouds. They're trying to make the sky a huge picture board, a huge projection board, so that they can falsify some things coming through. As in a false rapture or an alien invasion. Either way, they're fixing to show something, because there is no coincidence, none, that these inkjet printers have the same exact stuff in them that they're shooting these clouds up with. And it just so happens that the blueprint, the layout, the diagram of this stuff it looks just like the diagram of how imaging, picture imaging works. It's no, dude, and I don't understand it yet. I don't. But what I do know is what Yahushua Jesus is showing us. That's what I do know. And I'm seeing a resemblance to what's going on here. There's a huge resemblance. Huge. It's the same stuff. Bam. Bam. Right. Right. We all have a blessed day in the name of Yahushua. And thank you so much for listening.